Doesn't matter if you love him or capital H-I-M.
Know about Stonewall, its history, its function, and how do you, and the riots that took place there, and how do you feel like they've empowered you and or the gay rights movement?
I don't really think a lot about the history of the gay rights movement, I'll be honest. I went to Stonewall when marriage equality was passed in New York. I went with Dad, and I knew that there was history there.
She rolled my hair, put my lipstick on, in a glass of purple dry.
I'm definitely more aware of the rules here and like current events with gay rights. So I know like things that have happened in Uganda with like bills being passed that say if you're caught being gay, like you can be killed. I knew that it used to be a lot worse, and that it's getting better. We have sex. So it really depends. If someone's saying it to me, and I know that they're my friend, and I know that they're not homophobic or whatever, then I don't mind. But I know that there's so many kids who do mind, and like they get really upset and think that everyone around them hates them because people say things like that. So for their sake, I usually say like that's fine if you say that to me, but like you probably shouldn't say that. I don't like when people say that's gay because I know what they're trying to say, but I know it doesn't upset me personally, but it upsets. Like I know that it upsets a lot of kids, and there are a ton of gay suicides, and I don't think that helps. I think it's just stemming from the older generation of people. I think the young generation is ready for the next step. Definitely in like the East, like with all the states that have passed marriage equality. I think that the young generation is ready for it, but definitely in the South, the older generation is more openly homophobic, and they pass that down to their kids. I think it's totally just what people are taught. And they're taught that like being gay is wrong, so they think it. And I think that all you need is like one generation to change that. So I think within the next generation, there'll be enough young people to, I don't know, teach their kids. And then.
So you believe the change it's not a radical movement, it's a more gradual one that can only happen from like.
I think it will just happen in time. Yeah.
On that note, you know the Westboro Baptist Church, God hates fags
yeah.
thing. How do you feel? Like, how does that make you feel? Do you think it would be similar to how like a black person would feel about the KKK, or do you like does that make you like just or like a Jewish person about a Holocaust denier? And like, do you think that like does that just like piss you off?
It actually doesn't. Yeah. I think that they're so stupid that no one respects those kind of people. Like they're so far out crazy. Even in politics, people who aren't a fan of gay people, they won't say, I want them to die or thank God they have AIDS. They'll say, like, I think that marriage should be reserved to this, whatever. They're political about it. But they're just so dumb that, like, I don't respect them or their opinions. So, like, if they say that, like, whatever. I feel bad for the people it does affect. And if, like, there are kids who could like considered suicide because they know that there are people out there who really hate them just for being gay, but people
hate us for being really good looking.
Yeah, so exactly.
For being this good looking, cute.
Looking this good in my jeans. I think any gay person who makes straight people uncomfortable by like being too flirty with them, I guess, like I really try to not cross that boundary ever to make someone uncomfortable, because I feel like that's not helping the cause, I guess. Like, I don't know, if you're going around and being gay and hitting on every straight person, like, that's not so cool, because they're into girls. I don't know, that's like hard to answer.
You do think that it's more so the over-flirtatious rather than those who are not doing enough?
I mean, the people who aren't doing enough aren't hurting the movement, they're just not helping, but I think that the people who aren't doing enough are hurting it just as much as all the straight allies are. There are a lot of people who would be, could stand up for gay marriage. All the families of people, or people who have gay friends, but they don't do it. So I think that they are kind of as much to blame.
Yeah.
I'm beautiful in my
I'm so different than a drag queen, and I'm so different than a lesbian.
That's how-
But but I'm supposed to, and I'm different than bisexual, but I'm supposed to answer for all of them because I'm gay, which is like, oh, like LGBTQRSTV, like what am I supposed to do? It's so weird because I'm like white and like very
Male.
normal.
You have so many
I'm a white
advantages.
male, so I'm like of the privileged group, but I'm considered a minority because I'm gay. So like that's like a very new thing to me.
just gotta make no mistakes. I'm on the right track.
I say within 50 years, like by the time we have kids, I think that would make sense. I think that it's going to be the exact same thing as how we feel about like black people in the past generation. Like, how do we do that? Like, segregate like that and be like, no, that's wrong. Like you just can't do that. And I think it's going to be the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I'm on the right track, baby. I was born this way.
People who I respect and I'm friends with are just like, no, like I just don't think that you should get married. I'm like, you're telling me that you don't want me. You're like people who I would like consider inviting to my wedding don't want me to get married. Like that's annoying.
What's wrong with this boy?
Right? So yeah, that's just really annoying. Like I can't wrap my head around it. It's just like not the way my brain works. I'm like, why?
So you could wrap something else
Like-
around it. Trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
On the right track, baby. I was born this way. Don't
I mean, I think that there are a lot more people who support it than you know, or like than basically if everyone who supported
Come
it
out of the
stood
supportive
up,
closet.
yeah, exact. That's an actual
The
term.
silent majority,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, but like for straight allies, like there's so many straight people who would be okay with it, and like I feel like if those people like came out as allies, it would be so helpful for so many people, especially gay people. Like if you see straight guys are like so scared of gay people because you think that they're gonna hate you and they're so uncomfortable with you, but like there's so many who are okay with it that if they just like stood up and let that be known, then like that would be helpful.
So tug it out.
Oh god, I'm not standing.
I'll just climb on you. Oh yeah.
Love you.
Yeah, love you. You homo.
What is this project? I don't get it.
And pause. So that's 36 minutes.
Well, it's
I'm beautiful in my way.